We have major news out of China in regards to trade negotiations, and the index that we've been waiting for to break out to all-time highs all year did just that. Tune into the rest of this video to find out what the news is out of China and also what happened in the markets last week.
We saw some rotation out of the U.S. markets last week, as the NASDAQ and the Russell, which were leading the way for most of the year, were both negative. But we saw the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, which have been lagging a little bit throughout this year, both positive, with the Dow Jones leading the way up over 2% last week. And I'm going to touch a little bit more on the Dow Jones next in our chart of the week. Next, foreign and emerging markets were both positive last week, with foreign markets making a nice rebound, up almost 3% and almost flat for the year. Emerging markets also up over 2%, but still down 7% for the year. As Matt mentioned in the beginning, we've been waiting for the Dow Jones to make its all-time high this year because earlier the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, and the NASDAQ all broke out and made their all-time highs. So the chart that we're looking at today is of the Dow Jones, and if you look at the bottom blue line on the right of the chart, it shows that the Dow Jones has been on an uptrend all year, but the top blue line was a resistance level that we saw that was put in at the beginning of the year, and last week you can see that the Dow Jones did break out and made its all-time high. So this could possibly mean that we're starting to see some rotation out of technology stocks from the NASDAQ and small cap stocks from the Russell 2000 into more high quality names and large cap companies in the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones.
In a surprise move over the weekend, China canceled their scheduled meeting with the United States. The reason for this meeting was to hopefully finalize a trade agreement. And with this meeting being canceled, that essentially means that the $200 billion of proposed tariffs will most likely go into effect here at the end of this week. Also in the news last week, India's market's seen a sharp sell-off. This sell-off was due to increased fear that there is going to be a higher default rate in their bond market. Although regulators are starting to step in, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because India is actually one of the largest components of the emerging markets index. That was everything from the news last week, and this week all eyes are going to be on the Federal Reserve as they have a live meeting on Wednesday along with a press conference. Now, it's a foregone conclusion that at this meeting, they're going to raise interest rates by 0.25%.
But the biggest piece of news from this meeting is not just about interest rates today, but what the plan will be moving forward for the rest of this year and next year regarding interest rates.
Thank you for watching, and we strive to give you everything that you need to know about the markets in 5 minutes or less.
Like our Facebook page and share our video. Thanks a lot.